Big matchups to start the college football season, including some early season non-conference tests for the Pac-12, including 11th ranked Oregon taking on 3rd ranked Georgia at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Rod, how big is week 1 for the Pac-12?
Yeah, Christine, I don't think it's hyperbole to call this the biggest opening week in the history of the Pac-12 conference. I mean, you're trying to keep your relevance as a Power 5 conference. You're trying to hold the conference together amidst all this speculation of the conference possibly breaking up. And your best team, I think the best team and most complete team in the conference is Utah. And Utah's going to Florida. And Utah's had a history of starting slowly, not finding their stride until week 3 or week 4. They can't afford that. They're the top dog in the conference. And they're not playing the best team in the SEC, but they're going to a tough place to play. Utah has got to play well for the conference, and they got to come out with the win. Oregon and Utah both need to win, or else the Pac-12 loses relevance in the discussion right off the bat.
You mentioned Oregon needing to win. They play the defending champs, Georgia. Sam, do people underestimate this matchup?
I think they do, and there's a huge spread. Everyone thinks that Georgia's going to win. The defending national champions, what a defense, all this and all that. People forget that the defending national champion defensive coordinator is now the head coach of Oregon. So he knows the ins and outs of that defense. He also knows the ins and outs of that offense. So it's not like you're playing a team that doesn't know your strengths and your weaknesses, number one. And also with Oregon, Oregon's a talented football team. They're one of the few teams that have been to the national championship in the last decade or so. And so for me, you have talent at Oregon. You have a head coach who knows all the strengths and all the weaknesses of the team that they're facing. And then last but not least, Georgia lost a lot to the draft. There was a historic draft we all remember. All those superstars are gone. The ones that still remain, Dan Lanning knows them really, really well.
Sam, 17, 18 point. That is a huge spread against a really talented team. A team I think might not be the best in the conference, but the most talented in the conference. I don't worry about their defense. I think their defense is going to be fine. They'll play well against Georgia. Noel Sewell is one of the best linebackers in the country. Brandon Dorlus, people don't talk about him. He's the best defensive lineman in the Pac-12. It's the quarterback issue that worries people. Bo Nix is likely the starter there. He's the guy that came over from Auburn. Hasn't played well against Georgia in the past. So that's an issue. You don't want him to feel like he's got to play hero ball, be the hero, and prove himself against Georgia. Everybody knows he struggled on the road a little bit more in his career than playing at home. What Bo Nix needs to do is to be the guy that makes good decisions, uses his feet, takes care of the football, and isn't afraid to let his defense with Oregon really control this game, Christine. I think that's the key for Bo Nix, is just taking care of the ball.
Auburn was 6-4 with Bo Nix starting last year, averaging 31.6 points per game. They were 0-3 without him starting, averaging 17.3 points per game. I don't know. It's going to be a really good one.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.